I always tell people the Madison is like old Yankee Stadium, in the fly fishing world. It's one of those iconic places. It's bigger than the team that plays there, and the Madison is bigger than the people that play here. It's been the cornerstone to Montana fly fishing for over 100 years. My name is John Way. I'm the owner and outfitter at the tackle shop in Ennis, Montana. Guiding is about talking to people and making that connection with that guest that shows up at the fly shop in the morning. I try to hire guides based on their ability to connect with people. That's all. That's really, when you boil it down, is what guiding is the ability to connect with people. Our summer season starts kind of in the middle of June, and it really kicks off with the salmon fly hatch. These are, stone flies, 2.5 inches long. It's kind of our keystone hatch here in Montana. It's known all over the world. That happens sometimes about mid-June. Some years as early as the 15th. Some years I've seen it start July 1st. So somewhere in that window. Along with that, we have golden stones, which are a slightly smaller stone fly, and mayflies and caddis, PMDs, and the hydrocytes and caddis. We categorically do a better lunch than anybody out there. Lunch is a big thing with us. That's one of the constants we can control is lunch. We can't control the weather, we can't control whether the fish bite. I can control how good my lunch is. Story to 8 Mile, you get the flats which are so unique, really shallow water, little buckets out in the middle, kind of everything going on at once. You kind of got to hunt the riffles and really learn how to dissect riffles to tell where there's drops in water depth. And there's subtle drops out there in the flats. If it goes from 10 inches deep to 12 inches deep, there's a fish there. And you get to dissecting all those subtleties, and then you get down into the Varney stretch between Varney and 8 Mile, and then you're in those big wide banks and deep holes, and so you get kind of both aspects of the Madison, that typical upper Madison riffle, shallow type stuff, as well as that Varney down of the sweeping banks and the big undercuts and stuff like that. It's been a good thing that all of these people that are new to fly fishing now have experienced the Madison River. They know how special it is. They know how beautiful it is. So down the road, if there is a threat to the quality of the Madison River, we now have all these new advocates through the country that when they see it on the news, they can say, I've been there. I caught my first rainbow trout there. That's a special place. Let's save this place. Let's make this place, maintain it. So that's been good. So now we have all these advocates through the country that are not just for the Madison, but for Montana in general, for any river, pick a river. That store has been in that location since 1937. It's the oldest fly shop in the state of Montana, the oldest continually operating fly shop in the state of Montana. It's been in that same crummy old 100-year-old building since 1937. That door on the front, I can't even get parts for it. It's a 100-year-old door. I would love to replace it, but it's been the same door for for 85 years, when I bought the store, it was in question whether it was going to continue. It was drugged down in the mud, and we brought it back, and obviously it is a mainstay in Ennis. It's been in business since 1937, and my thing is I have to leave the tackle shop better than I found it when I eventually sell it. The fly shop's been there since 1937. There's been, 3 generations of anglers who come to the Madison and have made the tackle shop their home. And so that building, even if we wanted to change it, we couldn't. That building contains ghosts. And my whole mantra is don't disappoint the ghosts, because there's 3 generations of ghosts that we have to live up to the tradition that they've set. Orvis is our main partner, and in the last 10 years, they have done an unbelievable job making the quality of the stuff they put out that much better. The tackle shop is bigger than John Way or any one fishing guide. It's an institution. Most people are just in awe. And unfortunately, I think that's the way society is. We live on computer screens anymore, and our life revolves around not that connection to the outdoors. And when they get that connection, I mean, they're just in awe that there's a place where you can just go fish and go float down a cool river and see all this stuff. Because in most people's daily lives, this isn't part of their daily lives. I mean, that's no way to live, in my opinion, but that's just how a majority of the people in this country or in the developed world operate anymore. I always say we change people's lives by connecting them to Montana through fly fishing. That's what we do. That if you boil it all down, that's what we do.